Good evening. Good evening. I just wanted to stop in real quick. I always say that. Yes, I got my Bank of America shirt on. Anyway, I was sharing with someone today, and this has to do with communication and a couple of things that people need to think about. I had a really good semester of interpersonal communications class. And I was even explaining this to my dad. People have to feel safe when they're having a discussion with you. We need, as a listener, we have to make the other person feel safe. That's a part of communication, right? If we think about the three desires, I think it's France and Weikel, Weikel, that wrote this book for interpersonal. I can't remember the name of the title of the book, but that's the author's name. There's three desires. First desire is God, loving God. Second desire is loving our neighbors. Thirdly, we think of ourselves, loving ourselves. Yes, we are to be advocates. I can't talk. Yes, we are to be advocates for ourselves. Let me slow down. But that's last. We are to make the other person feel safe. There's also something that's called the talker-listener card, where you decide if you're talking to someone, and what if you may be having a hard conversation with someone, or it may be something that you're both heated. You both need to decide who's in the worst situation, like who's anger or who's the maddest, but you both have to agree. I'm going to let you get your situation out. And maybe we're going to help each other understand where that hurt, where that anger is coming from. You have to think about the other person. In communication, we think about what is it that we're telling, that God is listening to when we're communicating with one of his children, right? Is it pleasing to his ears? You advocate for that person in that moment. Then you turn it around and that person gives you time to talk. So just remembering, if you remember the three desires, loving God, what does it sound like? How is it pleasing to his ears? 2, loving your neighbors. Thirdly, then you think about yourself. No, you don't want to beat up on yourself in any way. I'm trying to cook some rice at the same time. You don't want to, you do want to advocate for yourself. If it's something that you need to put out or get across, you do want to advocate for yourself. But really, you need to listen. And I just thought I had this communication down. I'm a great listener. People love talking to me. But I've learned so much better ways of communication, because you need to make the other person feel safe. Husbands and wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, teammates, employees, co-workers, peers. Having that other person feel safe enough that so that you're listening. That means you're listening to them, right? You're giving them permission to be vulnerable. And that may make them open up more. That may make that coworker who's so standoffish open up, just because you listen a little bit more intensively. You did some self-reflection back to what they were saying. So just wanted to leave you with that. I'm going to probably put the name of the book in the description if I remember. But it's a great book. And another one is Why Don't We Listen Better? I think that's by Petersen. Have a good evening. Bye.